So welcome to this video. My name is Alex. This is Honey, and that's Molly. Hey Molly. And I'm just taking one of my daily walks in the mountains, mid-afternoon. And I thought I'd share it with you because it's so beautiful up here. There is nothing up here but trees and hills, mountains for many kilometers in every direction. No people, no houses, no noise, no machinery, just the sound of the wind in the trees, and it's really beautiful. Mostly because it's so peaceful. You know, I value more than anything else. I value finding places where there's no noise, where I can't hear the modern world, and when there are no people as well. So you know, I walk on these tracks every day and have done for about 7 years, several times a day. And I might have only met 2 people, I think, maybe 3 people in 7 years. Usually the same person, in fact. So that's what I value more than anything else, is being able to get out into places where there's just me and nature. And I don't know, it just brings me this sense of peace that doesn't come in any other way. Just by being immersed in nature, surrounded by nature, and just becoming quiet, you know, just kind of tuning in, feeling the peace, feeling the beauty of nature, feeling the harmony that all the natural things are kind of exuding. They're all exuding a sense of peaceful harmony. And so the more time I spend in nature, the more I start to feel that. Because something is like remembering, something inside of me is remembering that I'm just another living thing, like all these trees, like the dogs, like any of the insects. I'm just another living creature. And I'm part of that harmony, and that harmony can flow through me, and it's supposed to be flowing through me. And that's why nature, for me, is the best reminder of this, because you feel it in nature. The more time you spend in nature, the more you feel this. And I think it's what we all need. We all need to feel this harmony flowing through us. It's completely natural. It's not forced or contrived. It's natural. It's because we're part of nature. Part of being a natural being is feeling what's flowing through the whole of the natural world, which is peace and love and joy even. You know, there's a sense of joy that is flowing through everything, and you can feel that because you're part of it. You're not separate. It's just our mind, you know, we've got this deluded mind which gives us all these ideas and all these thoughts of separation, all these thoughts about who we are and how we're, you know, different and separate and isolated beings, all these thoughts which are just complete delusions. We have to get our head out of thoughts completely, come back to our body and reconnect, feel the connection by just spending time in nature. It's the best way, it really is the best way. There's no substitute for spending plenty of time, every day if possible, plenty of time in nature, especially when the sun's shining. When the sun's shining, get out, go into nature. Don't distract yourself, don't waste time indoors if you don't have to. If you can get away from 4 walls and get into nature, especially when the sun is shining, then that is going to do wonders for you. It's going to remind you of what you're missing. When we're in 4 walls, when we're staring at screens and when we're distracting ourselves, we forget what we're missing, which is this love. The sense of love that we're all searching for. That's what we're missing. And when we're feeling that love, we don't need to distract ourselves. We don't need to entertain ourselves. When we're feeling that love, we feel connected to this grand, force of love that is everywhere. You could call it God if you wanted to. People call it all sorts of things. But when we remember that love is there, then nothing else can substitute. Nothing else can be a substitute for that. We don't want anything else. We don't want to distract ourselves. We don't want to entertain ourselves or waste our time. We just want to feel that love. And that's what we're all searching for without even realizing it. We're all searching for that feeling of love and connection. Because it's the love that connects us to everything, because everything is an expression of love. The whole natural world is an expression of love. And so are we. So we just need to reconnect to that love which wants to express itself through us. We just need to reconnect to it. And the best way to do that is to get out into nature and spend time in nature and just calm down, breathe, stop thinking, just enjoy breathing instead. Enjoy getting into your body. Ideally, get a good workout, walk up some steep mountains. Don't just meander and then sit down and, don't exert yourself. It's important to exert yourself because that brings you into your body. It brings you out of your head. It gets the oxygen flowing when your blood starts pumping and it can deliver the oxygen around your body. And you start to feel alive. You start to feel this energy, this power that's inside of you. It's vitality, it's your life force. And you need to remember that feeling. You need to remember what that feels like. Because we've been tricked into spending all our time in our thoughts. Our thoughts trick us by telling us that they have any value, by persuading us that they have any value. But our thoughts have no value whatsoever. They are empty. They cannot sustain us, they cannot feed us, they cannot give us what we need. All the things we need are found in our body, and most specifically in our heart. The peace we're looking for, the rest, the sense of rest we're looking for, the joy and happiness we're looking for. These are the things we need more than anything else. And we find them when we remember our body, when we remember to be in our body and connect to our body, connect to our heart. And then that's when this feeling of reconnection comes up. We remember, we reconnect and we feel the love. It's that simple. We feel the love. And that love is what you could call God. That love is everything. It's what's behind everything. And we feel it. We've got to feel it. Nothing else will do. Until we feel it and strengthen our connection to that love, then we will constantly be searching here, there and everywhere because we won't be satisfied. And even though we may not realise that we're looking for love, it is what we're looking for, all of us. And it is what we need, all of us, without exception. And so when we remember it and we reconnect, we plug back into this reality which we'd completely forgotten, this reality of love which our mind had completely hidden from us, blinded us into not seeing, this reality which seemed to be hidden behind a veil. Suddenly we reconnect and we realise that that's where we belong. That reality of love is where we belong. It's where our attention belongs. We're going to be practical about this. Your attention belongs in that realm of love. And we need to be aware of what that love feels like and how it affects the way we think, how it affects our mind, the inspiration it brings into our mind in terms of how do we express love. Because our mind is a creative tool, and essentially it's supposed to be in service to the heart. Our mind is supposed to be in service to our heart. So our heart, the love in our heart, inspires our mind into thinking, how can I share this love? How can I propagate this love? How can I remind other people? How can I tell other people? How can I express creatively? How can I express this love that I'm feeling? And that's what the mind is for. It's in service to love. It should be in service to love. But of course, like everything else in our modern world, everything is topsy-turvy. And our heart is at the mercy of our mind. We think all these negative thoughts, and our heart, it's constantly contracting to protect itself. All the things we're worried about, all the fears we have about the future, all the self-criticism and self-judgment is all making our heart contract, because our heart's so sensitive, so it contracts to protect itself. And then this hard crust develops around our heart so that it can't be hurt anymore by the aggressive mind. Our mind is so aggressive and it creates aggressive energies. And so our heart has to protect itself from the mind's aggressivity. It does that by hardening so that it doesn't feel the pain. So we have to realize that our mind is causing our heart to contract and causing our heart pain. And it's caused us to close our heart to a degree. And we've all closed our heart to one degree or another, by the way. So we have to realise this and realise that our mind should be in service to our heart. That our heart needs to be in the driving seat. The love in our heart and the desire to propagate that love. Well, not should, I don't like the word should, but the desire to propagate that love will be the overriding desire in your heart when you fully remember the love that you're part of and it's everywhere. Then the overriding desire in your heart will be to share that love, to propagate that love, to remind other people about it, tell them about it, and help them remember that love. And then it's contagious. Love is contagious, and the desire to propagate love and share love and remind other people about love is also contagious, because it just increases the joy. The more people that feel the love, the more people that open up their hearts and remember the beauty, the peace, the joy, the more, the merrier, the more intense and more rewarding it becomes to live on this planet as people realize why they're here and what their purpose is. And we're here for love, and we're here to share that love, to be an instrument of love, to propagate love, to sing our song of love in whatever form that may take, creatively express the love we feel in whatever form that we want to, according to the gifts we've been given and the skills we've been given. We express that love any way we want to, so people can see it, hear it, taste it, smell it, feel it, and be reminded that they are here for love also. So I encourage you to get out into nature at the next available opportunity, today if possible. Right after you've watched this video, if you can get out into nature, get away from the hustle and bustle, all the noise, all the chitter-chatter, all the screens, all the technology, just get out into nature, surround yourself with nature, spend as much time as you can just being silent, just contemplating the goodness of life, focusing on the goodness. It's really important. Despite how much darkness we see raising its ugly head in the world, it's important to focus on the goodness, to give our attention to the goodness and the beauty, especially in nature, because it's alive. It's alive and it communicates with us. When we give our attention to the natural world, it gives something back. And it's impossible to put into words what it gives back. But when you go into nature and you give your attention to the natural world and appreciate its beauty, then it gives something back to you. It's that a communication occurs and we feel something. And that's what I want for you. I want to encourage you to get out into nature and feel it. Connect, reconnect, feel it deep inside. Let it permeate you. And just enjoy. You know, we put so much pressure on ourselves to do this, to do that. We must do this, we must do that. We can't be satisfied until we have justified our existence. I've got to justify myself, justify my worth in this world. You don't have to. Just feel the love. All you need to do is feel the love, and the rest will take care of itself.